Hello, this is Althoren here, showing you today a demonstration video on light sensors and how to use them, together in an array to make it super night sensitive, or you can make it super day sensitive if you want. Now, a key note here to remember is these glass blocks represent opaque blocks. We have them glass in the demonstration video to show the wiring, but to make it night sensitive you don't want any light source, and light comes from torches and relays. So just keep that in mind. Replace these glass blocks with something that's not transparent, dirt, rock, cobblestone, whatever you want to use. Alright, so as you can see, during the daytime we have these lights right here are off, and we had to invert the power here. And what happens is when it turns night, these lights turn on and are just barely bright enough not to cause the grass to glow. And what that does, it helps combat how light sensitive they are in the morning. With that light being on, the grass grows faster as it gets brighter. And as you see, it's night, the sun's just barely setting, and this light sensor kicked on. This one didn't, however. But because we have it set up to an OR switch, our imaginary street light came on, even though only one of the sensors kicked on. And we do that using an OR switch. An OR switch is set up like this. Simply means that if you turn on power here, or here, it turns the redstone torch off. And to do that, we had to invert the power before we hooked it to the OR switch in order to get it to work, because during the day the power output is on this current build of the light sensor. And it's not really a problem. Redstone torches are fairly cheap, and we demonstrate the two different ways that you can make these light sensitive, not only dark sensitive. Over here we have a redstone lamp hooked up, and as you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away from the light sensor. It is the 6th block. And over here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 using a torch, because the different light levels the two different blocks put off. And this is showing you how to use a torch if you don't want to use a redstone lamp, using a piston to cover the hole to block all the light during the day, because we only want light at night for these light sensors. I know that sounds confusing, but again, let me re-explain how that works. At night, once the soil is dead, as you can see, this block doesn't have grass on it, the light level is just barely dark enough to where the grass doesn't grow. So as soon as it starts getting light in the morning, it'll turn on as soon as possible. Okay, so that's how that works. Now, this right here is the power leading away from the OR switch. Now, the OR switch, you can prime it either day sensitive or night sensitive by either pulling off the on charge or the off charge. Again, we're using the off charge for this particular setup. And this particular charge here can be used to turn on lights at night, and also your city wall gates. I demonstrated this in my Castle Portcullis video. I'll also provide a link to that. Basically, the power input is here at this switch, and it goes through this signal splitter, which sends a pulse to either close the gate or open it. Again, let me show that. Closing the gate or opening it. It's a really neat feature, and you can do that with just a single redstone wire being on or off. So again, you can connect that to the OR switch, and that's how that's done. In the light sensor video, we do not show these lights being hooked up. Again, that is simply to make it more day sensitive, along with being night sensitive as we cover up the redstone torches and all other light sources around them. And as you can see, it's not 100% foolproof. Sometimes they will flicker, and that's another good reason of having them in an array. When you have two of them together, when it pulses, sometimes the grass will grow or die during the rain, depending on the time of day. And if you have two of them in an array, it holds the signal a lot more steady, as it takes both of them to either grow or die to change how that works. Okay, so that's how that works. This concept is rather complex. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and we will answer them as soon as possible. And hopefully, even if we get a particular problem, we can do a video on it and whatnot. Well, thanks for your time, and have fun playing Minecraft.